Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is end of the month for the month of March Tarot Oracle reading, and Gemini, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Gemini, we still all have a little bit of Gemini in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is Gemini in, that's where this energy shows up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That may give you further clarity as to your situation now. We have the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords. So the swords in the tarot represent your mind over matter, basically. This is your mental intelligence, your discipline of your mind, also your thoughts, and your thoughts are expressed through words, written, or also it can be verbalized. And so this person has, when someone gets overthinking, this is kind of the energy. The best thing you can do is move into this energy where you discipline your mind, put it to rest, and meditate and pray to get the answers from an intuitive side. These swords are double-edged swords. And so this energy represents your subconscious mind, which are the thoughts that you have from the time you were born until about 6 or 7 years of age. And the subconscious mind is, something that you probably don't have much memory of yourself. It's from a baby to about 6 or so. And babies are like sponges. They absorb their environment and everything in their environment, and it becomes very heavily imprinted on you, as well as the thoughts of the parents and the other people who are in charge of your care. So when you try to think about what happened when you were a baby, you probably don't remember, so you have to rely on the thoughts of others. And this is heavily imprinted, as I said, and so when we get triggered, we tend to rely on our subconscious mind, and it's actually not even really our own thoughts. And so it can have a lot of mixed up energy in it, because it's not really coming from us, it's coming from the people around us. And then we have the unconscious mind, and a lot of people do recognize I am a human being with a soul. Having said that, it's more accurate to say you're a soul traveling in a human body, because the unconscious mind is from the perspective of your soul. And if the unconscious mind isn't satisfied, it has needs just like your physical body does. And so you coming to help? Okay. This is my cat, Stella. Her job is to purr, sit on my lap and purr. Yeah, you were sound asleep in the other room. I didn't think you wanted to come and do another reading. Okay, so she wants to. She takes her job seriously. A cat's purr raises the vibration to a healing vibration. And it doesn't matter, she can be sound asleep in the other room and she'll come flying in here like, what, you're doing a reading without me? God forbid that I should have some space. Okay, get your tail off the table. There we go. All right. She's doing a good job. Her paws are all ready. She's got happy feet. We're in good paws here. Yeah, a cat, the vibration of purring is very, very high for healing, as I said. I figure we can all use all the healing we can get these days. Okay, so now we have also the conscious mind. And the conscious mind is the thoughts that you have that are like directly, you have them in your memory, you've experienced them, so you have a good handle on those ones. And then putting your mind to rest. And on this stained glass window here is the word Pax, P-A-X, and it means peace. So peace of mind. That's what this is the overlying energy or underlying energy for the entire reading. You would like some peace of mind, Gemini. And then we have the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. So the truth sometimes isn't the most pleasant thing to hear, but it will set you free. And once you have the truth, then your mind goes to rest. It's kind of like when you get caught in this energy. So the divine is making sure that you do get your truth coming in. This is the universe and the divine collaborating to make sure that you do have the truth of your situation. And we'll see what's this about and what's going on. This is your internal forces. So this is what you have control of, what's happening inside of you. And quite often you'll be able to feel like this energy, because if you, you can tell it's your internal forces when you're asking the question, what if I do this and they do that? What if they do that? The ifs, the woulda, shoulda, couldas, those are the internal forces. And we have the Three of Cups coming in here. Okay, it seems like now this is a card of celebration. It's not my favorite card. A lot of readers read this as a celebration, but I can't help but noticing that these three people are not looking at each other. And they're really not celebrating each other. What they are doing is they're celebrating something that has happened, an event or something that's happened. And quite often for me, this card represents gossip and slander, especially after it comes out of this energy here. So there might be some gossip and slander about you or about something that's happened, that kind of energy. We'll look into it a bit more. Generally, the cups mean love, and quite often romantic love. So it's also like, why is there three cups here? If it's romantic love, then there's three people there, and there should only be two. And also the energy of this doesn't have to be romantic love, but quite often it turns out that it is. So we'll see. It could be like the cups can represent romantic love, and they can also represent love of someone or someone, like someone in your family, or someone you work with, or whatever, a friend, whatever. They don't have to be about romantic love. And they also can represent something you love to do or something you love to be. Now, in many cultures, if you toast someone, especially in Europe, if you toast someone and you don't look them in the aisle, they'll freak out on you, because they have a superstition there. That if you toast someone and you don't look each other in the eye, it causes 7 years of bad luck in your love life. And they'll like, if you don't, I learned that when I went there, if you don't look them in the eye, they'll be like, look me in the eye. It's kind of funny. This is talking about conception. And so the Eight of Wands, this is meaning something has launched. And I feel like this energy, look at it, looks like it's coming right from this celebration that they're having. Boom, like right over here. I think the truth is going to come out about what's being said about you. You might not like to hear it, but and also maybe if you are in a third party situation, which this card sometimes represents, that someone was cheating and they're on you and they're gossiping about it, and you don't know if it's true or not, and you're laying awake at night and you're asking, what if it's true, what if it's not, what if I accuse him and it's not, that kind of energy. Or you've gone to your friends and you've said, he's doing this or that, or she's doing this or that, and I'm just wondering, what do you think? And they're like, oh, it's just your imagination. But they know, and they're not telling you. That's the kind of energy this is. I don't like it. This is talking about, with the conception card too, someone could be pregnant. I don't know. I'm just getting a real energy. Okay, the rebel with a cause is coming in with a message of passion. And this is someone, he has, this represents, like the knights represent communication, and they would work for the king and queen, and they would deliver messages in the kingdom far and wide. In those days, like the only long distance communication you had was by horse, like this, the quickest way. And so the Knight of Wands represents a rebel with a cause. He's got a lot of passion here, and he's bringing in information about whatever this is about. And so he's got this big red plume on his helmet. And this is talking about he can be hot-tempered, but he has learned how to control that. And then it's about reining his emotions in. His horse is like fighting him and wants to run with the emotion, but he's keeping it in check. And then we have the pyramids here. And the pyramids represent a love of knowledge and exploring new and adventures and new. So this knight, his wand is made of wood. It's passion, and you see these little offshoots coming. That represents descendants. So this rebel with a cause could be the energy of coming in with communication that someone is pregnant. the offshoots of his exuberance. This knight is quite often, can be considered a bit of a player. This is Sagittarius energy. And of course, they love new and they love new adventures. And so sometimes this energy is, the energy, they've gained a reputation for being someone who plays the field kind of energy. It doesn't have to be, but that could be. And recognize that these are archetypes. So this could be a woman in her masculine energy as well as a man. And this could be, these could be men gossiping. It doesn't have to be women. The conception, of course, has to be from the male side, like of, the arrows coming in, basically. And so this can also be just a project that you've launched or whatever, or something that they've launched. And now this information is coming in. So whew, let's see what's going on. On February 17th, we moved into the year of the fiery horse. And this energy, the fiery horse energy, is what we moved into on Chinese New Year. And we moved out of the year of the snake and moved into this energy. So the fiery horse energy is very similar to what I just described. The danger here, what you need to know is control your any impulsive behavior, especially if it's driven by anger or having a temper or whatever. And impulsive move, running your mouth, like, don't be impulsive, basically. And maybe don't, be impulsive in your romantic life either. If this is the kind of energy that there's now a pregnancy here after cheating on your partner kind of energy. That's the energy I'm picking up here. I'm being very blunt, Gemini, because that means the truth is going to come out here. And it doesn't have to be, but this is the energy that I'm picking up. And it could be about one of them. It could be, but I feel like this is your internal forces, and perhaps this is what you're concerned about. It may or not be true. Let's keep going. Whew. This energy also talks about I want to say, setting your goals so high that you make it so that it's impossible to achieve them in the time frame that you have allotted. So don't burn yourself out if you're trying to figure this out. Take the time that you need to be able to be calm, and don't be pushing yourself like and getting all worked up over it, because it just burns you out, and it's like burning the candle at both ends. It's not going to empower you. And then we have, because we also have that new moon coming in tonight as I'm doing this reading. It's and I'm posting this in the morning. I apologize, it's really late because I had one of those days. I had a really late start today, and I accidentally did an entire reading and wasn't recording it. So the energy, this will show up like. I'm going to post this on just before the new moon. So if you're still up and you're worrying, maybe you'll see it. All right. We have the Ace of Cups here. And so the Ace of Cups is talking about a divine love coming in after all of this energy. And so this is a gift from the divine to make up for what you've been through here. Once the truth comes out, and, the best thing you could have done is go inward like this and pray and meditate and go inside yourself so that you can really heal your heart. And then that's why this is now, this new energy is going to come in. New. That's basically the energy out there right now. There's a lot of new energy coming in. So let's embrace it. And yeah, here we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is a younger version of the Knight of Wands. The Page of Wands is literally, he is about, the pages would work for the king and the queen around the age of 7 to 14. They would start working, somewhere in there, depending on how mature they were. And they would come from the surrounding families that were higher class families, well educated, and they would, learn the ropes of how to do small tasks, and mostly bring communication back and forth to people within the palace. So this energy, if they got really good at what they were doing and they were still there at 21 and they could afford a horse, they might be considered for knighthood. And so apparently the Page of Wands was. Now the Page of Wands is a real enthusiastic, this is like this energy isn't nasty energy or anything. It's just very fiery. It's like a lot of fire here. And so he's really enthusiastic, and he's got a feather in his cap. And this is like really, actually really charming energy. He just really wants to live his life. He's, think of a young man under the age of 20. He wants to explore all the mysteries of the world. He wants to, get out there and learn about everything and have fun. And the one thing about him is he is very, very focused on his wand. And, it's made of wood, and it's about passion. And so he really loves his wand, and he looks up to it. And so you have to remember, when he brings information in, you have to take it with a grain of salt, because it could be a little bit skewed, because a lot of the time he is thinking with his little head rather than his big head. So it's not always reliable information, although it will be passionate. And then we have this energy of being on a new journey. So I feel like once this information comes in, and you know the truth, then you're ready to go on a new journey. And I feel like this Knight of Wands is actually, this is the same person. So this is someone that you've met before, but you didn't have a relationship with yet. And so this Knight of Wands is, he's not necessarily the one that is going to be telling you about the truth, but because he's not with the swords energy, but he knows about this. He knows about this energy. And maybe when he's waiting for you to find out so that he's like, I'm going to snap that baby up. And so remember, this can be a male or a female in their masculine energy, and this can be male or female in their feminine. So here we go. But I definitely feel like one of these may be the third party energy. And we'll see. We'll keep going here. We're going to work on external forces. Yeah, there's a reality check comes in here. So the Tower hits when this is, the universe will whisper to us and say, hey, you might want to take a look at that. And then we don't really hear it. So then the frying pan comes out and whack over the head. And it's like, ow. And you need to really take a look at this. There's something going on behind your back here. You want to look into it. And you're like, oh, I don't want to think about that. I'm really busy. I'll deal with it next week. But you don't. So then the 2x4 comes out, whack. And you're still like, I don't want to know about this. And this is because love, I figure it's just because love is blind. And so it's kind of like, never underestimate the power of willful ignorance. I do not want to know about this. I don't want to see this. I don't want to look at it. Bang, the lightning hits the tower and you're forced to look at it. And you look at the anatomy of the tower. And these two people are falling out of the tower. And one of them is like, oh no, and the other one's like shocked, right? So this is, the tower represents something that you need to rebuild, and not necessarily with the same people, but you need to get over it kind of energy. And so, yeah, an explosion happened. There could be a conception of a baby here, is what I'm picking up again. So let's keep going here and see what else, like to add to the, there's not enough drama here. And then we have, that's an external force. And then we have this energy. Okay, so of course you're in a mental prison here. Don't know what to do. Don't know the whole story. Feel duty bound, because maybe this is an energy that you are, committed to, and you don't even want to bring it up. Like, is this just gossip, or what's really going on? So you don't know which way to go. And that energy is right here. There's been a lot of tears cried. I feel like this represents all the tears that you've cried. And you've gone through all these thoughts in the background, the 7 of them, and all the thoughts of the people behind you, behind your back. And all of that energy, because this could be someone that like that you considered in your inner circle. And then on top of it, now the ground is drying up, which means that there's less emotion here. The right foot is forward, ready to move forward, and the left foot is in this shallow puddle here. So it's not saying that your emotions are shallow, but it's saying that there's less emotion there. and you don't feel, you're ready to pick up this knife, cut yourself free, take off the blindfold and say, okay, I have the truth. I'm making a decision now. And so we have here, this is how you identify yourself right now, as not like knowing like there's gossip in that happening, and you feel like you're hearing it. It's coming through the grapevine, that kind of energy. And you're, I hear, that song, I hear it on the grapevine, and you can't help but hear it. There's a lot of people talking about it, and it seems like in these situations we're always the last one to know. But that's because of that willful ignorance. And so people, this is also about abundance and self-worth. And so this is like, maybe you're in a situation where you're with your partner, and maybe you've been trying to get pregnant and you haven't, and then you hear someone else is. It's that kind of energy. And then this is your communication in early life. This kind of energy, it feels like maybe you were raised in a family, maybe where your parents split up, and there was like this kind of, energy going on, and it's something that you need to heal from, so that you don't repeat. You know how you'll say, when I get married, or when I grow up and I decide I'm going to get married, or I'm going to be with someone, I'm never going to do what my parents did. And then bang, all of a sudden you find that's that subconscious mind. That's that energy coming in, and it's when we get triggered, that's the one we rely on. And so that's why it's so important to go inward and look at your intuition, and ask God for the truth, so that you can move forward in a strong way. And so this is about your emotional foundation. And I'm getting that you're regardless of that, your parents, they might have even really loved each other, and were passionate about each other, but they just couldn't get along. Sometimes that happens. They just weren't a good match. This is saying, God is saying, I have the perfect person for you that's a good match. You don't want to repeat what your parents did, and you can have all the love in the world for each other, or think you do. But people who really love each other don't do shifty shift behind each other's back kind of energy. And then this is the energy of your emotional foundation right now. So I feel this energy is coming in, and this is a promise from God that you can have this passion with the love. That's the energy, that you don't need to settle for someone that is maybe passionate about someone else behind your back. So this is like the truth coming in, and you can handle it now, because you've gone inward and you've asked for the truth. And this is now, this is about like your life right now, how your day-to-day life goes, and you're on a whole different journey here now, because you have way more passion for moving forward in a new life. And maybe you have met this rebel with the cause. Maybe this rebel with the cause has been waiting in the wings, and knew this was going on, and knew of you, and was thinking, man, if I had that woman in my life, or that man in my life, I would never do that to them, that kind of energy. And this is someone that's known to play the field, but like they recognize your worth, basically, even if maybe sometimes you don't. And so this is talking about, this is in your partnership and commitments, and that kind of energy here. And so with all this energy here with passion and the cup of love, I feel this is definitely about romantic love, especially with this. And I feel because of this, there could be this. So it's a complicated situation, but this is saying that now you're ready to move forward. That's the energy. And this is in your position of commitments, marriage, and partnership. So it is something regarding your love relationship. You've made a choice now. You've made a decision what you're going to do. And you're going for everything you ever wished for. That's the kind of energy. So this person is sitting on a stage, which represents they're in the public. And I feel like that's the hard part too, is that a lot of people know about this and have been talking about it. And maybe you're feeling that energy coming in on top of everything else. And so This is talking about it's exhausting you. This person is sitting with their toes pointed out like this. In body language, that represents leaking a lot of energy, like just really feeling weak in general. But his arms on top here in the symbol of an infinity symbol. And these 9 cups, there's only 10 cups in the tarot. And so this is representing that you have like a lot of what you're wishing for is coming through right now. And if you take this new cup of love, then you'll have all 10 cups. And so, and God wouldn't, this is coming from a gift from the divine. And you see the dove here. So this is basically you saying these cups, it's hard to tell. Are they behind him on the stage here? Are they in the past? Are they now above his head, present? Or is this future and they're forward of him? So this is, whatever timing it is. But this is saying that the transition, this is a transition card. This is about secrets coming out, hidden stuff, anything hidden, and shared resources, basically. So this is talking about the energy of a partner and making a transition to a different, starting a new journey, a new cycle. And then we have, this energy here is talking about your higher learning. Right now, with this new moon in Pisces, is such a good time to keep an open mind. And we have the new moon coming in here. So this energy is talking about, that's on the 18th tonight. And so this energy is saying the communication is coming through soon enough. I'll explain that in a minute here. But you notice that this body language is very similar to this body language. They're both sitting with their feet out. But her arms here are crossed over her heart, and this is protecting the heart. The right arm is holding the left arm back. So the right arm is pressing on the left arm. And this is your logic, and this is your intuition. This energy is saying you have a closed mind about this in some ways, and that's why you needed to go inward. I feel like this is of the past because we're already past that transition. But this is what you've learned, is that these swords are double-edged, and you need to use both sides. You need to use your logic and your intuition. There's never only, this is saying that there's only 2 options here. This or that, my way or the highway kind of energy. And there's always way more, if you use your intuition and your logic combined, there's always going to be way more solutions than just 2. There's likely several. And so this is saying keep an open mind. And it's really important because in this is a Pisces new moon that we have tonight as I'm doing this reading. And the Pisces moon is about making strong commitments to your personal goals. I'm going to post this even though it's really late and a lot of people probably won't see it because I ran so late, but I feel like there might be one person even out there that really needs to hear this right now because the moon energy can be really overly emotional. So this is saying this is a really good time to commit to your personal goals and pay attention to your dreams and your intuition because there's a lot of information coming in that way. And it's also saying keep an open mind here. It's your biggest asset. And also, I feel like it's not keep an open mind about this situation, but keep an open mind about this new love coming in, because this is probably someone very different from what you would normally date. And that's the whole point, God says. The people that you normally date end up putting you in this kind of energy. And you need to have an open mind that this person might be different, but that would do you good. And to take it slow, you don't need to rush anything. If this person can't rein in their emotions, then that's their problem, not yours. And so we have an Emperor energy coming in. So the Emperor is all about performance. The Emperor has all the qualities of all kings rolled into one person. So this is saying that this is a mature person. And the Emperor always has his armor on underneath his robe here. And so this is someone that it will tell the truth and everything. This could represent someone, you might decide that you want to get a divorce or something, and this could be someone that you could go to for advice, or someone that's higher up in the court systems or whatever. Or it could represent this energy. Just because he has a white beard here doesn't mean it has to be someone old. And I don't know, how old you are, but like, it's not like, it doesn't have to be an older man. This is just, someone could be, the Emperor in the tarot represents someone who's had enough life experience that they, they can handle their emotions really well. They have like all the qualities of all the kings. And they're able to handle a lot. It does, some people can be this way at 25, and some people can not be this way at 90. It's a matter of maturity, but it's about being able to have that performance and be a solid person. So in any case, if this isn't the lover, this is someone that you can go to, that will empower you. And it could be someone, like if you need advice, legal advice or something about this situation, because this energy here is also about shared resources. So if there's a divorce, there's always that energy coming in. We have the World, and then that cycle is over. So once you deal with this, that cycle is over. The Fool starts on his journey, and then the very last card on his journey is the World. And that means it's card number 21. It's saying, okay, you've learned everything you can in this cycle. It's now time to start a new cycle. So that's good, because this is talking about new blessings coming in. So this is when this newer energy can come in, once you've resolved the old energy. And then we have the Magician. So this is an energetic upgrade for you. This is talking about bringing from the heaven down to earth so that you can have a beautiful life. So everything you thought here that you wanted when you grew up, and that you were not going to be like your parents, which we all think, and then we end up making the same mistakes because that's how life is. This is bringing from the heaven to earth and creating a beautiful garden for yourself, and that you have the tools on the bench here and you can use them. You have everything you need to do this. This is infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond. And this is the Ouroboros, which is a snake biting its tail. And this is the energy we were in. We were in until February 17th. We were in the snake energy. This is saying, shit, like this moon, let it go, and use your intuition right now. This new moon is really powerful for the situation you're in. Let it out, let the emotion out, and make that commitment to yourself to set these personal goals to do what's best for you right now. All right, so if you are like done with this and you're just like, okay, that's all I can take, I don't want to know anymore, then that's cool. I do give it a like and comment if you have received some benefit from this. I would really appreciate it. It helps me build my channel. Also, consider subscribing if you resonate. I would be honored if you did so. And a big energetic hug to you. Now I'm going to clarify with my oracle cards. And the oracle cards are from Tales from the Vector, which is my something I started in 2007. I completed 64 paintings by 2020. There's some big, big paintings. And this is from the Intergalactic Federation of Light. The numbers on these cards represent the numbers of the paintings as they're listed in the gallery on my website, which is talesfromthevector.com. I will have all the information in the box below, so if you want to take a look at the paintings, a picture paints 1,000 words, so they say, then you can go and take a look at them there. All right, we're going to clarify. And I will put the numbers of the cards in the description box, and and the information of the website here. All right. Just want to tune in here. What else can we tell Gemini here? Well, there we go. This wants to come. Okay. Boom. Yeah, there's a tower. And this is, it has the word divorce on it. It doesn't necessarily mean that, but this is saying divorce. The worst divorce would be from source. So it's really powerful that you went inward and you found the strength within yourself, and to ask the questions you need from source energy, from the Most High. and ask, please help me here. Like, I need your help. And this is talking about the third eye energy here. So using your third eye so you can have insight into the situation. And so quite often that will come in intuitively. Pay attention, like again, as like this Pisces new moon is so powerful for you right now to be able to really get the information you need. If you just quiet your mind and do as you have, I'm confident that you'll get the information you need to make the decision that you need. So you get out of this energy and indifference. So, you may have talked to people and said, I think there's something funny going on, but they're like, no, I don't think so. And here, this is indifference to people suffering. It's kind of like, I'm not telling them, you tell them, that kind of energy. And so it's not a comfortable place for anyone to be in. And this is coming up, manifesting from your sacral chakra. When I saw that, I just started to cough that was the next card, because this is again on conception. And this is about manifesting from your sacral chakra, which is about creating babies, basically. We have the Libra energy coming in. Libra is about being a mature adult and understanding what this commitment was. This may have been a relationship where you started when you're really young and you really didn't understand what the whole commitment would be, and neither did they. So this is saying now that you're mature enough to be able to be in like now that you've gone through this, you learn a lot. It's that kind of energy. And it can be talking about like the Emperor energy. Remember, this could be male or female in this energy. And it's talking about having that life experience and realizing, like I wasn't even mature enough to get into a commitment with this person like this, and neither were they. And so, being able to look at it from that. And Venus just moved on March 6th into the sign of Aries. And that's kind of a more aggressive energy than it was in Pisces before that. And so the energy of Venus is like kind of, that's all about love, right? And, you may have heard men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Well, now they're both in Mars energy. So it's more assertive. And it could be like before you were maybe, I'll give it another chance or whatever. And now you're like, no, hell no. I'm not putting up with that. Now, this isn't, when horoscope signs come up in my readings, I just want you to be aware, I'm not looking for individual people. I'm looking at the sign. We all have a little bit of every sign in us, so we can learn from this energy. So this is just more talking about the overall energy of Libra. It could be that there's some sort of, and Libra is the marriage card, basically. So, but this is, I feel like this is the new lover coming in, and I feel like this is like now you're mature enough to handle this. And then we have a transition, in the love life. So this is clarifying that this is the new lover coming in once you heal from all that, and you'll be on a new cycle. The Chariot. So the Chariot is representing that this is already happening on the spiritual realm. And it's coming down to earth when you're ready. The timing will be perfect. Don't rush it. Make sure that you have healed and you're in a strong position before you engage in another relationship. That's really important. And then having the strength and the integrity to go inward and to really, so you can be on this new journey, like healing your childhood wounds, from your subconscious mind. Came up down here and it's coming up here and it's coming up here. So this is talking about being cognizant of that you've reached really deep within yourself to face any fears you have about commitment, and maybe you had hidden fears that you just weren't aware of, and now you're more aware of it. Then you can see your part, like why this relationship maybe didn't work out and how you weren't really matched, to be together. The Magician energy is talking about an energetic upgrade coming in for you. And so this energy is here as well. So this is when this explosion happened and this happened, that was like the turning point on a spiritual level, because now these two people have created a life basically together. So it kind of changes the whole energy. And then we have the Emperor. And isn't that interesting? Because it's right on this energy right here. And so again, the Emperor's coming up here, and this is in your position of marriage, partnerships, and commitments. So perhaps you have attracted an Emperor here, which is a very high vibration. Definitely someone that's mature enough to make a commitment and make it last. As a matter of fact, they're known for that. They're all about performance. So we have the Lovers here this is transition, the Lovers, and we have the same thing here on here, transition in your love life. Wow, that's really been really clear for you. I will post this right as soon as I get this done. I'll post it for you, even if it shows up late for you. If there's even one person that this can bring some peace to, I feel like it's well worth it. The energy here is the Devil coming in here. So this was about temptation, immaturity, that kind of energy, higher learning. So the Devil represents temptation, and we all can give in to temptation. But when this card comes up, I usually cover it. You know, in my oracle, this is not like a scary thing. This is a shiny, like this is a dragonfly. And she's absolutely beautiful. Like she's all lacy and she's, you know, adorned with Swarovski crystals and on a hot pink background. So the Devil doesn't tempt us with scary things. The Devil tempts us with things that are shiny and bright and that we really think we want, you know, that kind of energy. And so I always check what's the next card up when this card comes out, because you're not going to get the truth from the Devil. It's too manipulative. And the card that's coming up is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is saying the wheel's turning in your favor now. And regarding this entire situation, this was a blessing in disguise in many ways. You're meant to have this Emperor in your life instead of this person that would rather be doing this kind of shift behind your back. So, and any degradation, I love this. This is taking the shame off you. Like if this has happened and you're feeling like really embarrassed because you didn't know, that's typical. Love is blind. And, you know, if you had really good inner circle people, they would have told you what was going on. They wouldn't have been able to just stand back and watch it happen and not, you know, say something. So you didn't really lose that much. You know, people who would let that happen to you and not say something are not really truly caring about you. And this is saying you are a superstar. And you're going to have harmony, and it has 26 on it. So that's this year. And I really, you know, I can feel this energy coming in. I feel you've done a lot of work here. It was really hard on you. And, you know, a big hug to you. Look at this. The sun is coming in here and shining the light on this. Saying again, hey, this may have been really hard, but God is with you. And you just, you know, like this is the happiest card in the deck. So it's putting all this happiness on this energy here. Saying that you are, in God's eyes, you are a star. And in the Emperor's eyes, you will be a star. And you deserve to have the harmony and the happiness and this energetic upgrade on both the spiritual level as well as on the physical. Wow. This is an awesome reading, Gemini. I'm glad that I was thinking maybe I'll wait until the morning, but I'm going to get this out there now. Please do give it a like and comment if you've enjoyed it, and consider subscribing if you resonate. It'll take me about a half an hour here, and then I'll get it out there. All right. Bye for now. Sorry, kitty, I gotta wake you up. Oh, you did a good job at purring. Yes, you did.